Alright, let's work on this today. What we don't have is a working layout. What are we doing? A step-by-step through the whole process of what we're trying to create that someone else can see besides just us. We've kind of got a scattered idea of what we're trying to accomplish. Alright, so today I'm going to give a really quick, brief outline of what we're doing. We're trying to take a piece of property in the inner city that is overrun with crime and anything despicable that you could possibly think of in an area that's ran over that way. We're taking this complex. We're going to create a safe place for people to live inside this complex. Where the tenants can sit outside at 2 o'clock in the morning and feel completely safe. They don't have to feel like they have to barricade themselves in. They can sleep at night and not worried about someone kicking their door in and stealing everything or killing them or whatever it is. That type of behavior does not belong in America. It doesn't belong on this planet. But right now let's deal with a smaller project. Let's deal with America. And let's deal with this complex. Now what we have is 70 units inside of it's a gated community, although the gates are broke. It can be completely secured. There's 70 2-bedroom, 1-bath units, all separate like little homes. They have their own parking. They don't have people running across their ceilings at night. They don't have banging on the walls. This is nice little homes and community. Something that people could really make look really nice. All right. Right now, exterior wise, they look okay. We got about 40 units filled, about 30 empty. The 40 that people are in, half are in disrepair and need some additional work. The 30 that are empty, half could be fixed up pretty simple. The other half, it's going to take a little more work to do. All right. The income isn't what the bank told us that it was. Not even close. The banking is a completely different issue. That's a whole subject in itself. But this is the basic. We're in America. We believe that every person has the right to have a safe place to live and affordable. And they don't have to make $100,000 a week or a year or whatever to be able to be safe. They may need to make $100,000 a year to have a new Ferrari. Well, $100,000 a year for Ferrari, but to have a new car. But they shouldn't have to worry about where to sleep at night. And if we create a safe place, I think that then they will do better, no matter where they're starting from. They have to have that base, someplace they can go home and not be worried. Because as soon as they walk out those gates, problems start with everybody. But with these, it's exceptional. So we want to create this first place, this base, this safe spot. So we're taking the 70 units and we're going to create that. Right? To do it, we have to go through a lot of levels that have been going on for 40 years. Now these levels start off, sadly, with the bank. The bank sold us this property, came to me. We repoed this. We would like for you to take a look at it. It's worth $3.5 million. Here's what we think the income is, $34,000 a month. Oh, great, that sounds good. We looked at it, we wrote them an offer, they took it. We got in, started going through it, finding out that actually the income is $9,700. Big difference from $34,000. The payment alone is $23,000. That doesn't count doing any of the repairs or paying for trash, electric, management, anything. That's where we stand right now. So obviously we have a little issue with the bank, and we've hired a bulldog attorney group out of Corpus Christi. Craig Cisco leads up this team, and they are going to deal with the bank because they won't talk to me. I've called, I've sent emails, I've done everything under the sun to say, hey, can we sit down and talk about this? I can show you what we have. No, just give us the property back. We'll take it back. My thought is, no, I'm not giving it back so you can just sell it to somebody else and just keep perpetuating this same problem and get somebody else in there that just starts throwing bodies in and tries to get some rent and tries to get some income, and all you do is just make the same problem over and over and over again. And the next guy, he'll lose it for $4.5 million, and they'll sell it to him, someone else, for $4.5 million, and he'll have to raise the rent to $1,000, and before long, all these tenants are out in the street. They don't care. It's the way that banking has been to this point. But somewhere along the line, hopefully, we'll reverse that. Not me. Banks are way bigger than what I am, but I want to try on this project, and that's what we're working for. So that's the bank. Put that over here. Really kind of the small part of the problem. From there we have crime. Crime is a gigantic issue here. We are filled with prostitutes and drug addicts and drug dealers and thieves and murderers and you name it. We found it all in there. And we've got that handled by Dottie Laster and Vicki Silo. They are both experts in background investigation, dealing with the FBI human trafficking, with dealing with vice, dealing with police, how to make sure that everyone, they know who is who, they know what they're doing, and then how to get the right people in to get those elements, that criminal element, handled. That's their job, and they're very, very good at it already. We've seen quite a bit of action. So that is how we have to start. They have to get the criminals that are not helpable out. I don't want to just send them to another complex. If they go out, I want them to go out in the paddy wagon and into jail and force change on them if they won't volunteer to do it themselves. Force is not a good way, but sometimes there's just nothing else, and I don't want to keep subjecting the public to this kind of behavior. So once we've filtered that out, then we're going to go through, and now what do we have is left is a tenant base, and what can we do to help them? We have alcoholics. It's not the same as a drug dealer. We got drug users is not the same as a typical criminal. We want to help them get off of those, and then help them have a real life and how to function in the world and pay their bills and be happy and raise a family and be what the American dream was supposed to be in the first place. So we're bringing in a group to help those particular people. Some people that with drug rehab background, and if we can find drug rehab places that we can put them in that actually work, that's what we're going to do, and help clean this situation up. Same with petty criminals and stuff along that line. This is all stuff that can be changed if you're given the right education. And why would you want to live a clean life versus an unclean life? And so we want to be able to bring in these people, and they're out there that want to come in and help and give instruction, and we'll have those people at hand and ready to go. We have a meeting room, and we'll have everyone there. Dottie is already set up for the police department to come in and start giving some safety courses to the tenants on how to live safe and how to protect yourself and to protect the area around you, and how to call the police. Something people don't even think about. You don't just call and say, help! You know, it doesn't really do them any good. They need to know. And there's a specific way that if you call the police and say, this, and this, they know what it is, they come out and they handle it very fast and simply, and people get arrested and gone, and the situation is fixed. If you don't, you just end up with bad criminal shows, you know, people with their shirts off and that kind of stuff. So that's not what we're going for. What we want is a safe environment. So that's basic. Get the criminals out, and we'll go from there. The next issue is then dealing with the tenants that we have and the repairs of the homes that they're in. And so we have Michael, who is our on-site maintenance, and his brother. They both are very good at handling about 80% of the work. We want them in, tiling floors, painting, cleaning, fixing roofs, anything other than the big stuff, air conditioning repair, electrical repair, which we use Nest Construction for. Larry's in, he'll be here to help us any way we possibly can. And that we want to also include the tenants into that help, so they get the sense of ownership into this project, so that they're not just, every time there's a problem, oh my God, we'll go get someone to come in and help me. They can actually help themselves, or not do it, so that they can keep their place nice. And that's really object. Give them some ownership of this project. All right. From there, we have management. We've got a really good on-site management with Laura. She's very good about keeping things organized and straight. We want to make sure she keeps her relationship up with the tenants. They can come in and talk to her about anything, and she can direct them to some help. Now, I'm not just talking about paying the rent. I'm talking about we don't know how to take care of our bills. We don't have a job. We've got something happening outside of here that someone's stealing our money or something along that line. She will have the ability to direct them into where they need to go to get the right kind of help. This is beyond any kind of management place that we've had, the placement that we've had or know of from the past. This is actually not just management of the complex, but it's helping manage a person's life that when they need it, because people don't know sometimes how to do their checkbook, or to go to a bank, what their rights are with the bank, and who to talk to, and what their rights are on their jobs, and maybe they're illegal. How do I become legal? We've got all of that covered. Every aspect of that can be completely handled, and that's what we're going to do, walk through each step all the way through. From there, it's income. We have to figure out how to get the rents to the right spot that creates enough income to pay the bills, pay the tenants who's expensive, pay all the repairs that are expensive, pay the management, pay the mortgage, all those kind of things. We have to figure this out. We're way off right now. So we have to be able to get that income up to where it needs to be, and how do you promote it, and how do you get the tenants to bring in the people that are good and handleable as well. In the end, what we're going to have is a very safe environment, a place where everyone believes in themselves and believes in their community, believes that they are in charge of their own lives rather than someone else is in charge of their lives, where they can be responsible for their world and the world around them. And in that, the end scene here is we're going to have the tenants actually owning this complex themselves. We've got to talk to people back east. There's money out there that we can get in grants and stuff that they can actually own the complex. And I'm not talking about each individual home. I'm saying as a group, own the complex. They put together a committee that will oversee the management. The management will have strict instructions of exactly how they bring in new tenants and how they don't, and how to participate with the new tenants, how they agree to or don't agree with how things are repaired or whatever it takes. There will be a committee involved in it, and they'll have a book that gives them a step-by-step procedure of how to handle each issue. Then we will oversee that whole group to make sure they don't go wild again, because these communities have that possibility if you don't keep putting in the right information, the right energy into it about how to stay a solid community. Don't let the infighting get to it. They need a third party sometimes to stop that infighting that happens. So that's it. That's, to me, the beginning of the basics. I want everyone to see this. I want you to dig through it, figure out what else you need to add, what else we need to take out of this. Send me all the information that you think I need to say or not say, and add to it any way you want to, and let's go forward to the next step. And I'm gone.